Chenga. Chenga, how could he be so heartless? Is it possible that he has already truly decided to part ways with us? This time, he doesn't want to ascend.
Senior sister, you're injured.
In the secret realm, Chenga set me up. And I ran into a soul formation stage Chilan.
Chenga, he actually plotted against senior sister.
That's right. He also stole the divine insight flower. This time, he is even more treacherous and selfish than before. To make us admit that we can't live without him, he stops at nothing. He wants us to bow down to him. We can't let him have his way.
Junior sister.
What's wrong, junior sister?
It's the heart-eating goo.
Oh no. Senior sister killed Cheng Li. The heart-eating goo lost control and activated. If this continues, the junior sister might die from the pain.
Save me.
Not good. This heart-eating goo can devour spiritual power.
This heart-eating goo devours spiritual power. What do we do now?
Legend says the heart-eating goo is extremely yin and evil. Once it activates, only the purest yang spiritual power can calm it. Chenga cultivates the supreme 5 elements path. His spiritual power is pure. Now only Chenga can save the junior sister.
No wonder Chenga seemed like he wanted to completely cut ties with us. So he planned to use the heart-eating goo to force us to bow to him. We can't let him succeed. Let's go find him.
You're here to disturb my cultivation again. You really never change your ways.
Chenga, please save the junior sister.
Chenga, I know I was wrong. Please save me.
You don't know you're wrong. You know you're about to die.
Chenga, everything before was my fault. I shouldn't have, during your ascension, ambushed you, causing your tribulation to fail. But if you have anger and resentment, take it out on me. I'll accept it. The junior sister is innocent.
Junior brother, all mistakes are ours. I'm willing to be your servant. Just please save the junior sister.
Get up. You too, there's no need to beg him. Chenga, you don't have to pretend to be indifferent. You've clearly awakened too. You knew the junior sister would be infected with the heart-eating goo, yet you didn't warn us.
A reminder. I told you. Mortal's fate is predetermined. Cultivators must not get involved. But, did she listen?
Chenga, it's me. I didn't listen to you. Now I'm reaping what I've sown. I truly know I was wrong. Please save me.
4th senior sister. You made the choice. You had to play the hero. The consequences are yours to bear. This favor, I can't do it.
Enough, Chenji. Do you really want us to bow down and admit we're wrong? You want to control us that badly? Let me tell you. You cultivate the supreme 5 elements path.
So what? The 5 elements path. My dear senior sister, do you really think I'd be stupid enough to keep cultivating the 5 elements path, to let you threaten me?
The 5 elements interact and counterbalance. Without us, 4 people's chi sustaining it. You can't complete the 5 elements alone. You can't ascend the right path.
So what?
So, if today, you insist on humiliating us, and refuse to save her, then I, by Lianson, will sever my water elemental chi from you. Your water path will never be complete.
Don't. If you sever the water path, it will damage its foundation.
Really? Severing the water path? You yourself won't be able to ascend either. I don't believe you'd actually be willing to sever it.
Chenga, I'll give you 10 breaths. If you don't act, the water path will be severed.
I don't believe it. To sever the path like this hurts yourself and me. Senior sister, I don't believe you'd really hurt yourself. Sever it. The pain of severing you should all experience, just to know my suffering. Humph. 9.
8. 7. 6.
5.
Shenga, if you insist on going your own way, don't blame me for burning everything down. 4.
Chengu, are you really going to force senior sister to sever her path? Once severed, there's no going back.
Fine. Water path.
Sever. Senior sister.
The pain of severing. Let's see how you endure it.
Just severing a few Dao paths. How can I not endure it? I truly look forward to the 4 of you all having your Dao paths severed. Only then will you know I have long stopped cultivating the 5 elements Dao, the expressions you'll have.
Chen Ji, do you think by suppressing your injuries and pretending to be fine, you can fool us? I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. If you turn back now, help junior sister remove the heart-eating goo. Then, with your remaining 4 Dao paths, plus centuries of hard cultivation, you might still have a chance at perfection.
I said no. And that's final.
You are stubborn. Fine. Since you are so heartless, then you will bear the severance of your fate, flaws in your Dao, and the inability to reach perfection. What are you still waiting for? Are you willing to be ordered around by him and be his servants for life?
Chenga, quickly help junior sister remove the heart-eating goo.
No.
Fine. Wood fortune, out. This wood Dao, I have cultivated for 20 years. Chenga, don't push me.
Second senior sister, you're always like this, wanting it both ways. It's clearly your own fault, and you're forcing me, yet you put all the blame on me. If you want to sever, then sever. If not, then don't. Why say that I'm forcing you? You all, are you severing or not? If not, leave now. Don't disturb me, I'm going to continue my cultivation.
You are truly stubborn. Fine. Since that's the case, wood Dao.
To sever.
Fuck.
Junior sister.
2 paths severed in a row, why? Has his cultivation sustained no damage at all?
Then sever 3 of his paths. I don't believe he can endure it. Earth fortune, out.
Fire fortune, out. Chenga, if earth and fire fortunes are severed, the supreme 5 elements Dao you cultivate will be completely severed. I'll give you one last chance. Help me remove the heart-eating goo.
I said no. And that's final.
Sever.
Wait. Chen Ji, did you change your cultivation path? Could it be you aren't cultivating the supreme 5 elements Dao?
She really guessed it, but... That's right. I did sever my 5 elements path, so when you severed your paths, it did me no harm at all.
You don't cultivate the 5 elements path. This is the heritage of the supreme path, and you don't practice it.
The heritage of the supreme path. I don't want it anymore. Keep it all for yourselves. My senior sisters.
He doesn't cultivate the 5 elements path? Then we. The path we just severed, was it all for nothing?
Doesn't cultivate the 5 elements path. Then we are useless to him now.
Ridiculous. He doesn't cultivate the 5 elements path, and we threatened him with severing the path.
Ha ha ha. Exactly. You're also foolish. Ha ha ha. Go ahead, sever it. If you don't, this act would be too boring.
Chen Ji, you finally couldn't hold it in, could you? We were just almost fooled by you. You are cultivating the 5 elements path. To prevent us from severing the path with you, you're suppressing your injuries.
No, I didn't. I'm not cultivating the 5 elements path.
Chenga, stop acting. Do you think we'd believe you? Heal the youngest junior sister quickly. We'll give you one last chance. Otherwise, your 5 elements fortune will be severed, and then what? your cultivation will stagnate. You'll never have a chance to ascend.
HMPH. No, I told you, I'm not cultivating it. I simply am not. If you want to sever, go ahead.
He's beyond saving. Since he's heartless, don't blame us for being ruthless. Junior sisters, sever the path. We don't need a heartless junior brother. Fire fortune, sever. Junior sister.
Earth fortune. Sever.
All 5 elements severed. Chenge, let's see how you suppress it now.
Finally fell for it. All 5 elements severed. Ha ha ha.
Senior, what's he laughing at? Why, his cultivation hasn't regressed.
Senior, we've all had our paths severed. How can he hold out? How can he suppress it? No way. He must be putting up a front. You're faking it, aren't you?
Faking it. Ha ha ha. That's right. I've been faking it. To get you to sever your path, I held it in. I didn't let myself laugh. Ha ha ha.
How is that possible? You really weren't hurt. Unless you really didn't cultivate the 5 elements path. Otherwise, we severed our bond with you. How could you have no reaction?
Exactly. I told you I didn't cultivate the 5 elements path. You insisted on using sever the path to threaten me. I couldn't stop you.
Impossible. How could you not cultivate the 5 elements path?
Keep pretending. Your 5 elements are clearly severed. You just don't want to admit defeat in front of us, right?
I don't believe it either. That you wouldn't cultivate the 5 elements path. It's our master's legacy.
Exactly. You can't not cultivate the 5 elements path. Otherwise, what do you cultivate? You already cultivated the 5 elements path for life. You can't change paths.
True. If it weren't for sand being in your hands, how could I have had the chance to enter a different world and practice the beast taming path?
It doesn't matter. Faking it won't help him. His 5 elements are severed. He's useless now. Let's go.
Useless. Hope you can handle what's coming. You're the useless ones with severed paths. Open your eyes wide and see what this is.
What technique is this? It's actually stronger than the 5 elements path.
This is what I cultivate, the beast taming path.
Senior?
You really switch paths. How is this possible? I actually, for a person who hasn't cultivated the 5 elements Great Tao, severed the foundation of my water Great Tao.
My wood Great Tao. Why? The Supreme 5 Elements Great Tao is the very foundation of the Supreme Tao sect. Why do you discard it like a worn-out shoe?
Why wouldn't I dare? A path that is destined to be weighed down, imprisoned. A Tao like a shackle, what use is keeping it?
So you switched to other Great Taos, treating us like trash, discarding us at will, letting us sever our own Daos?
Don't act so innocent. Trash wouldn't have, when I for her seized spirit treasures, slaughtered heretical cultivators, after I exhausted all my fortune, died and had my Tao extinguished countless times, and still humiliated me in every way, causing me to nearly have my soul scattered. 4th senior sister. You always champion justice, but today you use severing Tao to threaten me. How is this any different from Changli using the heart goo to torment you? What's the difference? What right do you have to accuse me?
Chenji, we know we were wrong. Last time, we owed you too much. You've returned from across time. Surely it is heaven giving us a chance to make it up to you. I am willing to swear here, from now on, to be your slave, to do your bidding. Only beg you to save little junior sister.
No need. The Supreme Tao sect is already a thing of the past. From now on, there is only my beast-taming Tao sect. I'll give you one last chance. From now on, if you dare come to my beast-taming Tao sect again, I will not tolerate it.
Chenji,
Get out.
The auras of Vermilion Bird and White Tiger have vanished again. That guy who commands Divine Beast. No matter where you hide, I will drag you out and sign a contract with you.
I used my own blood to temporarily suppress the heart-eating goo. But it could relapse at any time. If it does, without a cure, little junior sister, she will surely die.
Where are we supposed to find a way to break the curse? The heart-eating goo is a secret technique of the demon sect. Ordinary pills are useless against it.
It's all my fault. If I hadn't killed that heretic cultivator, you wouldn't have suffered this.
Senior sister, don't blame yourself. You did it to save me back then. Besides, Chin-gu told me long ago that if a cultivator interferes with a mortal's fate, they will suffer backlash. But I never took it seriously. Ending up like this today is entirely my own doing.
Oh, right. I remember at the last Tianyuan auction, they sold a bottle of goo cleansing holy water. It can cure all poisons and curses.
Goo cleansing holy water. That could indeed remove the heart-eating curse. But as I recall, that bottle of holy water sold for a sky-high price of 5,000 top-grade spirit stones. The spirit stones we have now are nowhere near enough.
Senior sister, why don't we sell my cultivation site?
Little junior sister, you.
If the heart-eating goo can't be removed, I won't even survive. What use would keeping the site be?
That could work. You can come and cultivate at my site. But your site is worth at most 2,000 top-grade spirit stones. It'll be hard to get 5,000 top-grade spirit stones.
Then let's add mine. Two sites from us 4 sisters should be enough.
Second senior sister.
If it's still not enough, then add mine too. That should get us to 5,000 spirit stones. With the leftover, we can buy some cultivation resources to repair our damaged Dao foundation.
Good. The Tianyuan auction is about to start. Let's hit the road.
Okay. I remember on the way to Tianyuan City, there are some unclaimed spiritual herbs. We can pick them along the way.
Good.
Hold on, everyone.
Such terrifying spiritual power. I can't fight back at all. Form a formation.
Still looking? I'm here to take you.
Oh no, the Realm Master actually came after us.
We have no quarrel with you. No enmity. Why are you blocking our path?
Relax. I just want to ask a question. You carry the aura of Vermilion Bird and White Tiger. Can you tell me where you got it?
Vermilion Bird and White Tiger. This person is looking for Chen-ji. Her power is terrifying. Is she here for revenge?
The person you're looking for is Chen-gi.
Chen-gu?
That's right. He was once the next sect leader of our Supreme Dao sect. For his own selfish reasons, he disbanded the sect. Then he founded the Beast Taming sect. He is now on the main peak.
The Beast Taming sect is good. Your foundation is damaged. This vermilion fruit can help you. You may go.
Thank you, Senior. Let's go.
You can't escape now. Quickly contract with me. He got away again. HM, run. Even if you run to the ends of the earth, I will find you.
Close call. I almost got caught by that Qilin at the Transformation Spirit stage. Aim hef. Once I break through to Transformation Spirit, awaken Black Tortoise, I'll show you. This is the place. Break. Break.
Spare me, great immortal. Little turtle surrenders.
You know what's good for you. From now on, you stick with me. You won't regret it.
Yes.
The legendary enlightenment tree. Just one leaf, and you'll achieve enlightenment. Cultivating under this tree can even elevate one's martial arts rank. Ha! Elevating my beast taming techniques, right here and now.
Senior sister, are you okay?
I'm fine. Just depleted some spiritual energy. I'll be fine after some meditation. That damn Chenge. I was an otherworldly, the great senior sister of the Supreme Tao sect. If it weren't for him, why would I be fighting wild beasts for a single herb?
I didn't expect these wolf demons to be so tough. I remember last time, Chenge just used one sword strike and scared them all off.
Why bring up that selfish, cold-hearted jerk? Without him, we can still rely on ourselves to attain immortality.
Exactly. Senior sister, this earth spirit ginseng is rich in spiritual energy. Please take it. Restore your mana. Good.
Wait. Put down the earth spirit ginseng. What a coincidence, senior sister. And senior sister Ning.
Master, how have you been lately? It's you.
Feng Yunzi. How dare you show your face in front of me?
Why wouldn't I dare? If I weren't wary of that one, I'd have turned you into a cauldron long ago. Now that the Supreme Tao sect has disbanded, you've fallen so low, you have to fight beasts for food. In front of me, why keep up the act?
You bastard.
Ouch. Senior Sister Ning, it's been a while. Your spiritual power seems even more unstable. What's the matter? Is it because I left, and you were so heartbroken? Your cultivation regressed?
You're shameless.
Ha ha ha.
Shut your mouth, Feng Yunzi. We've already harvested all the spiritual herbs here. Leave now. Out of consideration for our shared sect, if you take your people and go, we'll let you off.
Let me off? Let me off? Humph. Hey, senior sister, if you were at your peak, I wouldn't dare act recklessly before you. But now, how much strength do you have left?
Enough to kill you. Want to try?
This earth spirit ginseng, we've been planning for it a long time. We just got distracted for a moment, and you snatched it. You want us to leave? Fine. Hand over the earth spirit, ginseng, and we promise, we won't bother you.
Why should we? You couldn't even handle the wolf pack guarding the herb. You couldn't handle the wolf pack guarding the herb. So why should we give it up?
Looks like there's no talking.
The 5 spirit beast path, it's done. This enlightenment tree is truly extraordinary, but these leaves are no longer useful to me. I can go to Tianyuan auction house and trade for a barrier-breaking pill.
My spiritual energy is depleted. I might not win in a direct fight. I must find a way to escape first. Wait. Just a mere earth spirit ginseng. If you want it, then take it.
Senior sister.
It's fine. It's just an earth spirit ginseng.
As expected of senior sister. How straightforward, I like that attitude of yours. In that case, let's do this.
Stop.
Absorbing such pure spiritual energy is truly enjoyable.
You villain. You actually broke your word. Aren't you afraid of being backlashed by your inner demon?
Inner demon? Just because of a threat I made.
You handed over the earth spirit ginseng.
It shows your spiritual energy is exhausted, completely defenseless. If we don't seize this opportunity, then that would truly nurture the inner demon.
What do you mean?
Exactly. If you had just now refused to hand over the earth spirit ginseng, I really wouldn't have known how much strength you had left. But you made the best choice. Haha.
You.
Senior sister.
Senior sister.
Don't get tangled up with them. This is the cultivation ground for righteous cultivators.
As long as we hold on to the spiritual energy.
Keep holding on. Someone will definitely come to save us.
She's right. But given your condition, how much longer can you hold on?
Master, being drained of your spiritual energy doesn't feel good, does it? Ha ha ha. If you give up resistance, you'll suffer less.
Bastard. You'll die a horrible death.
Senior sisters. I've dragged you all into this. I'm going to self-detonate my Dantian. You take the chance to escape.
No. Junior sister. If you self-detonate your Dantian, you'll become immortal, and never be able to cultivate again.
Junior sister, hang in there a little longer.
I can't hold on. My spiritual power can barely contain the heart-eating worm. If we delay any longer, the heart-eating worm will fully activate, and none of us will make it.
Junior sister.
Senior sister, please tell Chen Ge for me. Just say, I know I was wrong. If there's a next life, I'll listen to him, and never meddle in mortal affairs again.
Junior sister, wait, look, quick, it's Chenji, he's here.
It's him. He's come to save us.
This Chen Ge. Not good. Didn't we split up? Why would he come? Now I'm afraid it'll ruin the sect's big plan.
It's Chenji. He's here to save us.
Junior brother.
Chen Ge, did he hear what I said?
Senior brother Chen, it's all a misunderstanding.
I remember. There seems to be an earth spirit ginseng here.
Ah, here it is. Senior brother, just take it if you need.
Oh, you know what's good for you. This spirit stone, I'll reward it to you.
Hey, wait. Junior brother. Where are you going?
I've got the ginseng. So naturally I'm leaving.
You're not here to save us? You're just here for the ginseng.
Why should I save you? You guys like this. What does it have to do with me?
You. Chenji.
How can Chen Ge be so heartless?
Looks like the rumors are true. The Supreme Tao sect is gone. Chen Ge, he no longer cares about your 3 lives anymore.
Master, looks like now, who would dare to save you?
Senior sister, don't be sad. I'll send you on your way.
No.
Stop.
Who are you?
Songja. These fairies. I'll protect them.
You?
Just me.
Tian Yuan token.
That's right. I've already used the Tian Yuan token to contact Tian Yuan City. The enforcement squad will be here soon. By then, none of you will be able to leave. Damn it.
Let's go.
So handsome. This man, could he be my destined one?
Thank you for your help, fellow Taoist. We are extremely grateful.
We righteous cultivators, when we see injustice, there's no need for thanks. I just heard that. You are going to Tian Yuan City.
Yes. We're going to bid on the pure goo holy water.
I see. I was also planning to go to the Tian Yuan auction house. If you fairies don't mind, we can go together.
Sure. Great.
Young friend, I heard you have a piece of the Enlightenment leaf for sale. Is that true? It is. Could you show it to me? The Tao's fortune is heaven-made. It truly is the Enlightenment leaf. Young friend, name your price. This item, undetermined to have it. The most urgent matter is to break through to the spirit transformation stage as soon as possible. I need a treasure that can help me break through to the spirit transformation realm. Spirit transformation? In this Tianyuan auction, the final auction item is a purifying soul lotus. This item contains the power of creation. It can help one rebuild their foundation. Moreover, it is the main ingredient for the spirit transformation pill. Speaking of value, this purifying soul lotus is still more valuable than your enlightenment leaf. City Lord Zhao, you want to use the purifying soul lotus to exchange for my enlightenment leaf? Dream on. But this kid's cultivation is not low. This enlightenment leaf is also very useful to me. Perhaps I can make use of him. That's right. If you, fellow cultivator, could promise me one thing, I can use the purifying soul lotus to exchange for this enlightenment leaf. What thing? To be honest, I have received secret information that some demonic cultivators plan to cause trouble at this auction. I'd like to ask you, young friend, to attend this auction, and when the demonic cultivators act, you lend a hand. Regardless of the outcome, after the auction ends, I will personally present you with the purifying soul lotus. Agreed. Excellent. Ha ha ha. This dragon pattern Tianyuan token is the symbol of the city lord of Tianyuan City. I'll use this as a token of good faith. If you ever need anything in the future, with this token, you can command everyone in Tianyuan City, from top to bottom. Good. Farewell. Go slowly, young friend.
City Lord, are you really going to use the purifying soul lotus to exchange for the enlightenment leaf?
With this enlightenment leaf, I might be able to break through to the mid-spirit transformation stage. My lifespan will be extended. As for the purifying soul lotus, I did promise to give it to him, but I never allowed him to take it away.
You are wise, City Lord.
Take care, sir. Right this way, please.
Innkeeper, 5 top-tier rooms.
Sure thing, sir. Per person, 10 top-grade spirit stones.
What? 10? So for the 4 of us, that would be 40, wouldn't it? No way, it's that pricey.
Honored Immortals, the Tianyuan auction is about to start. All inns in Tianyuan City right now are charging this price. Ha ha ha.
Just give it to him.
Innkeeper. These 4 fairies are my honored guests. Could you offer them some special treatment?
Oh. So you're the one holding the Tianyuan token? Honored guests. Ha ha ha. In that case, please, stay as long as you like. Our inn won't charge you anything.
Thank you. As expected, the sect spent a big sum to acquire the Tianyuan token. It really works well.
That's great. Master Song, this Tianyuan token, what exactly is it?
This token is a symbol of an honored guest in Tianyuan City. I came across it by chance, and someone gifted it to me. It's just a convenience.
We have Master Song to thank for this. Otherwise, we might have struggled to find a place to stay.
Please, don't mention it, fairies. As cultivators, helping each other is only right. Besides, your situation is truly difficult. Since I've encountered you, I will do my best to help.
At times like this, if that Chinga were here, he probably wouldn't even be willing to pay 10 spirit stones for us.
Why bring him up? That selfish person, has he ever shown any respect to us senior sisters?
Good dogs don't block the path.
Genji.
Chenga, what are you doing here?
Checking in.
Sir, are you here for the Tianyuan auction too? Our best rooms are 10 high-grade spirit stones per day.
Keep the change.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here is your room key.
Oh, if it isn't the sect leader of the Yu-Shou sect, not even a Tianyuan token? Our young Master Song, he's a VIP with a Tianyuan token. All our rooms are comped.
Ning Fairy, you flatter me. It's just an empty title.
Chenga, since you're in Tianyuan City, you must be here for the auction. I'm warning you, if you dare compete with us for the pure Gu Sage water, I will fight you to the bitter end.
You're overthinking it. I have no interest in the pure goosage water.
Chenge. Since I severed my cultivation path, I've regretted it every single day. I know I was wrong. Can you forgive me?
No, move aside.
What if I trade you the last token our master left behind?
Junior sister, what are you saying?
This was given to me by our master before his ascension. It contains a trace of his divine will. If you are willing to help me win the pure goosage water, I'll give it to you.
No, junior sister. You joined the sect last. This is the last memento our master left you before his ascension.
If I can't even keep my life, what use is this jade pendant? Chenge.
Chengo.
Chenge.
There will come a day when I ascend myself to meet the master. This jade pendant. You keep it.
Chenge.
Don't beg him. Stubborn and clueless.
Ladies, don't let this heartless person upset you. Tomorrow is the auction. I will do my best to help.
Thank you, Master Song.
Guardian, the 4 extremes demon array at the auction venue is already set up. Now, we just need to step into the 4 array eyes to activate it.
Good. I have already arranged those 4 array eyes. When the auction starts tomorrow, that's when we reap the harvest. At that time, the blood essence of all the cultivators in the city, and Tianyuan City's accumulated treasures over generations, will all be ours.
Guardian, be careful. Chenge is extremely sharp. Don't let him ruin our plans.
Don't worry. Even if it's to repay the 4 array eyes who willingly sacrificed themselves, I will make him the first one to turn to ashes.
Oh.
Demon Cult Guardian. By Liangson, you really have a keen eye. The 4 extremes demon array. This Tianyuan City Lord has ulterior motives. This array can be used to my advantage.
Sir, please present your identification.
I am Songzhe. These are my honored guests.
Honored guests from Tianyuan City. Please, come in.
Chenji, you really came to the Tianyuan auction. I'll warn you one more time. If you dare to compete with us for the pure goo holy water, we'll never stop fighting you.
Enough. What I do is none of your business. For the sake of our master, I'll remind you one more time. This Songzhe is not a good person. You should stay far away from him.
Shut up, you cold-blooded person. What right do you have to speak about young Master Song?
Chenge, we did do something wrong to you before. But young Master Song, he's a righteous man, warm-hearted and chivalrous. You don't even know him, so how dare you slander him?
Believe it or not, that's all I have to say. Don't disturb the peace here.
Chenge, how dare you slander young Master Song here? We won't let you off. Where's the enforcement team? Enforcement team, come here. I'll have you thrown out.
Fairy Ning, since things have come to this, let's just forget it.
But
the innocent are clear. I don't think it's necessary to let this delay your bidding on the purification due.
Young Master Song is so magnanimous, with an exceptional character, unlike some people.
I, Zhao Tianlong, welcome all fellow cultivators to the Tianyuan auction. The first major item today is the purification dew. This water can cleanse all poisons, with boundless benefits. Starting bid, 1,000 high-grade spirit stones.
I didn't expect the first item to be the purification dew. I bid 2,000 high-grade spirit stones.
3,000.
4,000.
5,000.
It's okay.
6,000.
8,000.
8,000. How could this happen?
Oh no. Our 4 dojos combined are at most 8,000 top-grade spirit stones. But judging by that person's expression, 8,000 top-grade spirit stones are probably not his limit.
8,000 top-grade spirit stones. Any higher bid? 8,000 top-grade spirit stones, going once.
Could it be? The 3-heart poison goo is my fate?
Junior sister, it's okay. Even without the purification goo holy water, we'll definitely find another way to break the heart-eating goo for you.
$8,000 top-grade spirit stones. Any higher bid? 8,000 top-grade spirit stones, going twice.
At this point, there's no other choice. Let's all take out our dojo deeds. Kneel and beg Chenga to help us. Maybe then we'll have a sliver of hope.
Do I have to kneel too?
Senior sister, right now, this is the only way.
No need. If we have to kneel and beg him, and give up everything to ask for his help, I'd rather die.
10,000.
Young Master Song.
Alright, this fellow cultivator has bid 10,000 top-grade spirit stones. Any higher bid?
Mr. Song, what are you doing?
I just heard from you that you're short by 2,000 top-grade spirit stones. This little favor I can still help with that. Besides, you fairy sisters share such deep bonds, I'm truly moved. If a mere 2,000 top-grade spirit stones can solve the problem, I think it's worth it.
Good. 10,000 top-grade spirit stones. Going once. Going twice. Sold.
Mr. Song, your great kindness, I will never forget it.
You flatter me, fairy.
Not at all. You and we are just strangers who met by chance, yet you've done so much for us. Compared to some people, you are truly a sage of our time.
Ha ha ha.
What are you laughing at? I'm talking about you.
What does my laugh have to do with you? Go on, continue.
Ladies, to be honest, I actually have a favor to ask.
Mr. Song, what do you need us to do? Just say the word.
Alright then. Ladies. A word in private?
Mr. Song, what you mentioned, what is it exactly?
Naturally, it's about something important.
Finally, here it comes.
Everyone, please don't panic. It's just a necessary security measure.
Benefactor, what exactly is going on that requires such caution?
To be honest, before this auction began, Lord Zhao Tianlong came to see me. He said he was worried that during this auction, members of the demonic path would cause trouble.
Demonic path?
That's right. I just investigated secretly and found that there are indeed demonic path members here in the venue who have set up a great formation. We must break it immediately. But with only my own power, it's difficult to do so, and it might alert them. So I thought I'd ask a few fairies to lend me a hand.
Then what should we do?
Are you willing to help me?
Of course. Mr. Song, you've been a great help to us. Besides, getting rid of the demonic path and their formation is a good thing. We'll naturally do our utmost to help.
Mr. Song, what do you need us to do? Just tell us.
Great. Use your own spiritual power to consecrate this flag. Once we're in the venue, I'll point out the positions. When I give the order, we'll activate this flag together. The demonic path's formation will be destroyed immediately.
This flag does have pure spiritual energy, not like an evil artifact.
Mr. Song trusts me so much as to entrust such an important array flag to me. He must like me too.
Slaying demons is our duty.
For the people, we cannot refuse.
Very well. Then I'll trouble you fairies.
This lot is called Dust Severance, and it is a relic of an ancient sword cultivator. The starting bid is 500 top-grade spirit stones.
800 spirit stones, 1,000.
1,500.
2,000.
2,500.
4 fools. They took the bait.
Ladies, wait for my signal. I'll cough to cue you. Take the formation flags and place them in the designated spots, then infuse them with spiritual power.
Understood.
Finally, we can contribute to the righteous path.
We will never let the demonic path succeed.
May this formation protect all living beings.
Good. 1,500 top-grade spirit stones, going once. Going twice. Sold.
Now. It's done. What the hell?
No. This is a demonic formation.
Demonic attack guard unit on alert.
Lord Zhao. The 4 extremes heavenly demon formation is complete. Everyone here. Must all.
Songjae, you tricked us.
Demonic cultivators, how dare you act recklessly in Tianyuan City?
Ha ha ha.
City Lord Zhao.
Don't bother struggling in vain.
The 4 extremes demon array is complete. Even nascent soul cultivators can't escape.
Master Song. What are you doing? Could it be? You're the demon cultist?
Ha ha ha. You just figured that out? My dear immortal. I, Song, must thank the 4 of you for your great help. Turning Tianyuan City into a blood feast for my demon clan.
Ha ha ha. Tiwei, this can't be.
Protector. Protector, your wisdom is unmatched. After today, the name of the Protector will surely echo across the cultivation world.
Ha ha ha. Ah. If it weren't for your plan, I couldn't have pulled this off. In the future, you'll get your share.
Thank you, Protector.
Feng Yanzi. It's you.
Senior sister, don't struggle. The array flags were powered by your own spiritual energy. You set them up yourself. By yourselves, you can never destroy them. Just quietly wait for the array to drain your energy and become our cultivation resources.
We've become accomplices of the demon path. I'm sorry, everyone.
Enough noise. What I do is none of your business. For the sake of our master, I'll warn you once more. This Song Jia is no good person. You'd better stay far away from him.
Chenga, you knew all along the demons would revolt. Why didn't you stop them?
How do you know I didn't try to stop them? Fellow Taoist Chen, if you can lend a hand besides the soul-purifying lotus, my Tianyuan City will surely reward you handsomely. Don't worry, Lord Zhao. Since I've already agreed, I will not break my word, imp.
Putting on airs. The 4-pole demon god array once formed. Even a nascent soul cultivator can't break free. You're just a core formation cultivator, HMPH. How will you break out of my array?
Is that so? How do you know what you set up is the 4-pole demon god array? What?
The array has been reversed. Impossible. How can you control my array?
Since I knew all along you'd pull something at the auction, why wouldn't I prepare against you? You thought you were setting up the 4-pole demon god array, but in fact it's already been modified by me into the 4-symbol spirit control array.
Quick, stop him.
4 spirits, hear my command. Help me break the formation.
I'm not giving up.
Oh dear.
Fellow Taoist Chen, thanks to your help this time, the people of Tianyuan City were spared from a terrible disaster. However, this great formation, why hasn't it been broken yet?
Chen Ji, hurry up and break the formation. This formation is absorbing our spiritual energy. If we delay any longer, we'll lose all our spiritual power and become ordinary mortals.
Yes, fellow Taoist Chen. Since you've taken control of the formation, why don't you dispel it? Well, Lord Zhao. As for breaking the formation, there's no hurry yet. Remember what you promised me? The soul purifying lotus? Fellow Taoist Chen, what do you mean by this? Lord Zhao, are you trying to break your promise? Don't tell me, he's already seen through my plan. But now he controls the formation, I can't afford to fall out with him yet. Fellow Taoist, you misunderstand. The soul purifying lotus, I've already prepared it. Here, take it. You brat. As soon as the formation is broken, you'll reach your third stage.
Chenga, the formation is draining our spiritual power. Now it's almost depleted. How long are you going to wait before you break the formation?
Chenji, my foundation is about to be destroyed. Are you just going to watch us die before your eyes?
Chenga, my spiritual power is almost exhausted. Hurry up and break this formation.
Fellow Taoist Chen, the most urgent matter right now is to quickly dispel the formation. Lord Zhao, you're overthinking. Because time is tight, I can only change the way this formation is operated. To actually dispel this formation is beyond me for now. What do we do? Are we going to be trapped in this formation forever? City Lord Zhao, don't worry, this formation uses the four of them as its foundation. Once their spiritual power is depleted, the formation will collapse on its own.
What?
So I'm really going to have all my spiritual power drained and become immortal. Save me.
Chenga, you must have a way, right? I beg you, for the sake of our master, help us.
I told you long ago not to trust Song Jie, but you insisted on going your own way. Getting to this point is your own doing.
It's all my own doing.
City Lord Zhao. It'll take time for the formation to break on its own. Could you do me a favor? Fellow Taoist Chen, please, go ahead. I'd like to borrow your Tianyuan cauldron. You want to refine pills? Exactly. To actually use the vermilion bird true fire to refine pills, such a technique is unheard of.
City Lord Zhao, what is this person's background? He can actually refine a nascent soul pill.
This person is named Chen Ge. Previously, he was the acting sect leader of the Supreme Tao sect. He was also the strongest prodigy of the Supreme Tao sect. However, some time ago, he disbanded the Supreme Tao sect. Now, he is acting as the sect leader of the beast-taming sect and conducts his affairs accordingly.
I see. I've heard early on that the Supreme Tao sect produced a once-in-a-century prodigy. Truly, seeing is believing.
Chen Ge is already about to break through to the nascent soul stage. I remember last time, he spent several hundred years just to reach his current state. I didn't expect this time. It would be so fast.
So, it turns out we've been holding back our junior brother.
Go. Controlling the furnace temperature while dividing attention to manage the herbs. This fire controlling technique has reached its pinnacle.
After today, the name of the beast-taming sect will spread across the 9 regions. Even setting aside the beast-taming skill, just this alchemy skill alone is enough to stand firm.
Chen Ge's alchemy has reached such a level. Could it be that we really held him back?
Condense. Come back. The elixir has a spirit. This is of supreme quality, a perfect spirit transformation pill. pill's creation draws heaven's envy. This perfect soul transformation pill is not tolerated by the heavens. It seems this perfect pill has the power to defy fate.
What a shame. Under the heavenly tribulation, this furnace of miraculous pills may not be saved.
How annoying.
Disperse. Hey, TH this. This isn't. Am I under an illusion?
It's no illusion. With just one sentence, he dispelled the pill tribulation.
This young man has the potential of an emperor. Between heaven and earth, a supreme sect is about to be born.
Congratulations, sect leader Chen. For refining the immortal pill, I am willing to offer 10,000 top-grade spirit stones in exchange for one soul transformation pill. I am willing to offer 10,000 top-grade spirit stones in exchange for one spirit transformation pill.
10,000 spirit stones. City Lord Zhao, aren't you being a bit stingy? I am Xianing, the leader of the Green Lotus sect. I am willing to offer 30,000 top-grade spirit stones in exchange for one spirit transformation pill.
30,000 top-grade spirit stones.
I am willing to offer 40,000 top-grade spirit stones in exchange for one perfect spirit transformation pill.
Our ancient sword sect also offers 40,000 top-grade spirit stones. Please, sect leader Chen, part with it.
Our Green Lotus sect is also willing to offer 40,000 top-grade spirit stones. In addition, as long as sect leader Chen is willing to part with it, our Green Lotus sect will owe sect leader Chen a favor.
60,000, 80,000, 50,000, 80,000.
Sect leader Chen, these 40,000 top-grade spirit stones are already our limit. Can you part with it, everyone? This pill. Not for sale.
Not for sale. Sect leader Chen. To break through to the nascent soul stage, you only need one nascent soul pill. You refined 5 pills. The other 4 are useless to you. Why won't you sell them?
Sorry, everyone. These nascent soul pills I made are just enough for my own use. I really don't have any extras to sell.
Well.
The formation is broken.
Now, with everyone watching, it's not a good time to make a move on that kid. I'll wait until he leaves Tianyuan City. Then, relying on the dragon pattern Tianyuan token's resonance, I'll capture him and take everything he has, the inheritance and elixirs.
No. My spiritual power is completely gone. My cultivation foundation is completely shattered.
Senior sister. My cultivation is gone too. Little junior sister.
How are you?
Junior sister, how are you?
I'm fine. The heart-eating goo seems to have been destroyed due to loss of spiritual power, but my foundation is damaged. I've become a mere mortal.
Maybe this is our fate.
No, I don't believe it. I am a celestial fallen to the mortal world. I don't believe this is my fate. Transformation pills. The transformation pill not only breaks through to the transformation realm, but also helps repair the Tao Foundation. Chen Ge just happens to have 4 transformation pills.
But that transformation pill is so precious. Senior sister, will Chen Ge give them to us?
Transformation pill, a person can only take 1. Even the most perfect transformation pill, it's the same. Why does Chen Ge refuse to sell even 1? Could it be that he wants us to, in front of everyone, admit our mistake to him? Otherwise, why would our Tao Foundations be damaged, and he just happens to have refined transformation pills that can repair the Tao Foundation? Chen Ge, I know you're upset. The proposal to split the sect, that was my fault. I can apologize to you. I only beg you to be able to rebuild the Supreme Tao sect.
Senior sister.
Rebuild the Supreme Tao sect.
That's right. As long as you're willing to rebuild the Supreme Tao sect, I'll do anything. Even if it means swearing a heart demon oath. If I say that, he'll definitely agree. Then we can split the perfect spirit transformation pill among ourselves.
You were the one who wanted to split the sect, and now you want to rebuild it. I don't think that's necessary. I'm afraid the spirit beasts I've raised will be taken under the pretext of splitting the sect and divided among you.
How could he refuse? Why? Chen Ge, we really know we were wrong. Why must you be so heartless?
Chen Ge, if not to rebuild the Supreme Tao sect, why would you refine the spirit transformation pill? And why refuse to sell a single one? Unless you just want to humiliate us.
Even now, you still think this spirit transformation pill was refined for you.
Isn't it?
Fine. Then let me show you clearly, and put an end to your wishful thinking. 4 spirits, appear.
What a beast-taming sect. Truly extraordinary methods. Azure Dragon, White Tiger,
Vermilion Bird, Black Tortoise. Take them.
Quite a grand gesture. He refined the perfect spirit transformation pill just to boost his spirit beast's cultivation.
Now, do you understand?
Quite a move. With that, Jenga now has 4 nascent soul stage divine beasts as combat power. Unless a tribulation transcendence cultivator steps in this world, I'm afraid no one can match him.
Do you still think that the nascent soul pill was refined for you?
So, you never intended to turn back. Chenga,
This time, we let you down. We don't expect your forgiveness. We only ask that you live well this time.
Enough. You chose this path yourselves. Whether sweet or bitter, you'll have to endure it. Now that you're mortals, just don't come causing trouble in the cultivation world anymore. City Lord Zhao, I have matters to attend to. I'll take my leave now. Take care, Sect Leader Chen.
wait. I can't be immortal forever. The Jade Pendant. Inside the Jade Pendant, our master left. There's a sliver of his soul. Even if you want to break ties with us, break ties, you should at least listen to what our master, the Venerable One, has to say. The Jade Pendant. Inside the Jade Pendant, the master left behind, there's a trace of his soul. Even if you want to cut ties with us, you should still listen to master and his words, shouldn't you?
What does this mean?
Give me the Jade Pendant.
Senior sister,
Give it to me. Unworthy disciple by Liangxin. Begs master to descend and meet us.
It's Senior Xiao Yaozi.
Greetings, Senior. We pay respects to Senior Xiao Yaozi.
We pay respects to master.
Master.
Liangxin, Ningai, Shuqi, Zhengqing. Your cultivation foundations, how did they become like this?
Master. Now the Supreme Tao sect has fallen apart. Your disciple begs you, Master, to persuade Chen to rebuild the Supreme Tao sect.
Jenga, what's going on here?
Master, the matter of splitting the family was their own idea. Their 5-element spiritual roots were also severed by themselves. As for their cultivation being scattered, it was because they ignored my words, colluding with the demon sect, that they ended up like this.
Well, are you willing to rebuild the Tai Shang Dao sect?
Master, your disciple has decided to walk the path of beast taming. As for the Tai Shang Dao sect, no need to rebuild.
Chen Ji.
Those 4 severed their 5 elements foundation themselves, and now their cultivation is completely gone. Are you willing to help?
No.
Master refined the transformation pill, which could have saved us, but he fed it to a spirit beast. So, heartless, is that what a righteous cultivator does?
Chengge, do you hate them?
No. It's just, it doesn't matter anymore.
doesn't matter.
It seems you have already found your own path.
Master. Won't you advise him?
Ha ha ha. Liangxin. One's path is walked by oneself. No matter which path you choose, you should bear both joy and sorrow alone. Since Chen Ge has found his own path, as your teacher, I am relieved for him. But you the 4 of you, chose the wrong path, and must bear the consequences yourselves. The Supreme Tao sect. Let it disband.
Master?
Farewell, Master. Farewell, Master. Everyone, the TNUN auction has now concluded. I have some matters, so I'll take my leave first. You came, as expected. Master Chen, why are you leaving in such a hurry? City Lord Zhao, do you have something else? Master Chen, your alchemy skills are unmatched. Your beast taming skills are astonishing. I am full of admiration. I'd like to invite you to stay in Tianyuan City for a few days, to exchange Dao techniques. What if I refuse? Hehe. You didn't expect that, did you? This dragon pattern Tianyuan token is my lifebound treasure. Once activated, no one below the nascent soul stage can escape. I really didn't expect that you would give your lifebound treasure to someone else so easily. Sect leader Chen, your beast taming path is indeed astonishing. But even the most powerful this spirit beast, after taking the divine transformation pill, still needs to seclude for over a month to break through. Now, you seem to have 4 transcendence level divine beasts, haha, but you can't use any of them. Right now, you're at your weakest. I suggest you just stay put obediently. Otherwise you'll suffer for it. He saw through me. Now I have to risk it all. Breaking through to the transcendent stage is my only chance. Trying to break through during battle? Do you think I'd give you that chance?
You dare touch my people? You're asking for 3?
Transform into a beast.
Chinge, just focus on your breakthrough. This old man, I'll handle him for you.
This Qilin isn't here for revenge after all. Then I'll trouble you to buy me a moment. You and him, what's your relationship? Do you really have to get involved?
Enough talk. Chinge is the contract partner I've chosen. Touch him, and you're my enemy.
Arrogant. Do you really think I, Zhao Tianlong, can't do anything to him? Set up a celestial arrest.
Guy San, you humans only know how to outnumber others.
You beast, how dare you speak so arrogantly? Beast, leave now, and I'll spare you. Otherwise, today will be your doom.
Chinge, how much longer? I can't hold on much longer. Guy San, I haven't gained anything yet, and now I have to risk my life for you. Remember, you owe me.
Zhao San. Humph. Beast, I'll kill you, then kill Chen Ji. What? So quickly? You've broken through to the divine transformation stage? Fall back, trying to run. Space lock. Chen Ji, spare me. Too late.
I knew it. The master I chose wouldn't die young. Now that I helped you, you should form the pact with me.
Of course. Senior, would you make an equal contract with me and cultivate together?
What's fair or unfair? I've taken a liking to you. You are my master. Hurry up. Give me a strand of your soul. So, this is what it feels like to have a master? Not bad at all.
Now, it's time to make an end.
How long has it been? He's already broken through to
the nascent soul stage, and slain Zhao Tianlong.
Zhao Tianlong is dead. Now, Tianyuan City is taken over by the beast-taming sect. Those willing to pledge allegiance may stay. Those unwilling must leave within 3 days.
Those who follow the beast-taming sect will walk the same path.
Bye, Liangson. What are you dawdling for? The guests are waiting. If you don't come out soon, I'll skin you alive. Believe me.
I, by Lianson, have always been proud and aloof. Never thought I'd end up in a place like this. Could it be that I'm just a joke?
What are you messing around for? If you can't finish the work, tonight, no dinner.
If only I had listened to Chenga, would I have not harmed both myself and others?
Stop slacking off. Get up and work. Get up. Work. No more slacking. Get up.
Fighting for justice. Saving the world. In the end, I'm the most ridiculous one.
You're gonna try to ascend now? Chingu, your 5 elemental powers may be divine, but condensing the immortal source still needs time to nurture.
No need. My past life's accumulation, plus this life's recultivation, and the enlightenment under the Tao tree, my foundation is already solid enough. I've already sensed the celestial gate. 5 spirits return to their positions. Condense the immortal source, celestial gate. Open.
Oh my god.
Celestial music and auspicious clouds. This is someone about to ascend with the clouds. Sect leader Chen. He's actually this fast in taking that step.
Sect leader Chen, truly a genius through the ages. The way of beast taming can actually lead straight to the immortal path?
The lower realm cultivator Chen Ge has condensed the 5-element immortal destiny, using the way of beast taming to validate himself, can enter the celestial gate and join the ranks of immortals. Thank you for the guidance, celestial gate.
Wait, Chingu, I just sensed. It seems something happened to your senior sisters. Do you want to go check on them?
Karma is settled. Earthly ties are severed. No need to meet again. Let's go. Let's go see what the celestial realm looks like.
Let's go, let's go.
I am the revered fairy. I am pure as snow. I'm not resigned. I'm not. I'm a useless person. I'm a completely useless person. You did it. You win. Chenga. If there is a next life, I swear I will never betray you again. I will never betray you again.
Chen Ji. Chen Ge has ascended. So that's it. I see, it's all my fault. I was wrong. Chenga. It's Chenga. Chenga. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Chenga, congratulations. May your path to immortality be smooth.